Steve Washer with BrainyVideo.com. And one question I get asked an awful lot is, what kind of camera should I get for the kind of video I want to do? So then I might ask, well, what kind of video would you like to do? And that's when things get a little murky, because it's hard to visualize something that you don't fully understand. So today, I'm going to show you 4 kinds of cameras that you can use to shoot your videos, and then you can decide which is right for you. Now, our first camera is the super simple Kodak ZI-8. Its auto everything picture is pretty good, and it even has a microphone jack. Of course, these can only be found on the used market now, but they're really convenient and economical, and they shoot a full HD picture, which gives you a lot of flexibility in editing. But remember, it is auto everything, so you don't get much control over the picture, and this can be limiting for doing things like white screen or green screen. And when this was on the market, it was about $150, and you should be able to find used ones in that price range as well, or even a little less. Now, a variation on this camera is the flip. It looks a lot like the Kodak, but it doesn't have a mic jack, so I can't recommend it, especially since it's been taken off the market too. However, they are very cheap right now, and I know of someone who just found a batch of them for like $29, so you could very possibly find a use for it at that price. Now, next we have this camera. It's the Canon HV30, and there are thousands of cameras like these on the market. The thing about these cameras is that they have all manual controls and mic jacks, and they're configurable by the user. And that's not to say that those controls are super easy to find or work with, but they are there. Of course, the price is steeper too, starting at around $500 and going up to over $1,000. Now, the next is the semi-professional or prosumer camera like this one. This is the Panasonic DVX100A. Now, this is a wonderful camera with amazing optics and 3 chips and controls right on the camera body, and a place to plug in 2 wonderful microphones, balanced microphones. It's awesome, and it comes at an awesome price, close to $3,000. But even at that, it only shoots standard definition, and the newer prosumer cameras with similar features shoot HD. But it is a wonderful camera to work with because of how easy it makes the shoot. And for the web, SD, standard definition, has traditionally been good enough with a sharp enough picture as long as you didn't need to blow it up. And finally, we have here the Contenda, the DSLR, or the digital SLR video camera. Now, this happens to be the Canon Rebel T2i. In Europe, it's called the EOS 550. It looks just like a still camera because it is, but it gives you this video picture that will just take your breath away. At the very least, it allows you to defocus the background, which makes your shot look super professional. No other video camera really this side of $20,000 can do that. Now, the only problem is that this camera itself, it's incredibly painful to work with. It's not made to shoot video, and every single thing about the camera, from the form factor, which gives you no proper way to hold it, to the fact that the controls are buried deep in the menu, to the 12 minutes that you can shoot before it overheats, to the painful way footage gets brought into your editing system, to the horrible, noisy audio characteristics. All of these things just scream, stay away, but the picture, it's too beautiful. So thousands of people now put up with this camera, including Hollywood people. It's really that good. And maybe one of the reasons is the price. You can get this camera with a standard lens for about $800, more or less, and the picture is much better than what you get from this easy to work with $3,000 camera. So if you're inside and the light is controlled and you can plug in a simple microphone and nothing moves, this Kodak ZI-8 could definitely be a workable solution. This Canon camera will do just about everything, just about anywhere, and do it in an acceptable manner. You can tweak the camera to make the picture work just fine in almost any shooting condition, indoors or outdoors. And lots of my students use cameras like these because they're so flexible to work with and pretty convenient to work with. And so that means you will make a video instead of not making a video. Now, this baby is only if you plan on shooting video for a living or you just want to pretend that you do. But I don't know why you would want to do that. Don't you have a business to run? Oh, and finally, this beast is for the truly masochistic among us, the artistically obsessed, the image obsessed, who just, they don't want to compromise. They just have to have that pristine, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the pristine beauty of the shots and understand in their bones that the image that they portray on screen translates back into the relationship that they're able to create with their audience. So, if you're just starting out and you're going to be sitting down at your desk and recording your thoughts, here's your camera. For everything else, here's your camera. And for the advanced students among you, here's your camera. But you've been warned. Now, next time, we'll take a look at all of these cameras, side by each, in a shootout, and see how they typically might be used. And I think you'll get a much better idea of which camera might be right for you. I'm Steve Washer with BrainyVideo.com.